What up, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let me know if you all will be able to hear me in the chat, honey. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, I see. We have Mama Bees, Miss Leslie, Mocha Drop, Nikki P, G. What's going on, y'all? How are y'all? Okay, baby, let me turn my monetization on, honey. I'm tripping. Okay, let's all right, there we go. All right, y'all, what's going on? How are you all doing on this good Saturday? Okay, you guys can't hear me good. How are you all doing on this mighty fine Saturday? On this mighty fine Saturday, we got a lot to talk about. I know I am a little late. Forgive me for being late, but we are here. First of all, I want to say shout out to the new subscribers that we have gained over here. Mainly we've gained new subscribers over here for our political talk. Not only for our political talk, but we're also gaining subscribers over here for our videos that we did on Don Lemon, and we're going to go over those today, actually. And we're going to also go over the Frontier airline situation here as well. And then we're going to talk about a couple of other things. We are definitely going to talk about the plantation home being burned down. We are going to be talking about that Trump, they want to create a reality show about, we're going to get to it. It's a lot. It's just a lot of, it's just a lot. We're going to update you all on the tariffs and a couple of other things. All right. So we're going to get into it. Give me just a second. Let me pull up my links, honey, so that we can get into them. And again, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. I am doing well. All right. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road. All right. All things said are alleged and in my opinion. All right. And are for entertainment purposes only. Also to keep us in the know of everything that is going on, because it is crazy out here in these streets. And I feel like we need to know of all of those things. So let's go ahead and get into it. And we're going to start with this sad story. I did report this story on my main channel, but I'm here to report it on this channel as well. So let's get into it. All right. So unfortunately, guys, let's go ahead and listen to this clip. And this is a really sad situation. So I wanted to get this in first, and then we go from here. Let's go.
Having bad headaches in February.
Enough to know that something was.
30-year-old Adriana Smith was about 9 weeks pregnant when she started having bad headaches in
Now y'all just not gonna tell me y'all ain't heard no sound. Oh, y'all wrong for that. Y'all wrong for that. My bad. My bad. Let's go, baby. My bad. Let's get into it. Y'all were gonna say it, not a mumbling word until now. Let's get into it. My bad.
30-year-old Adriana Smith was about 9 weeks pregnant when she started having bad headaches in February.
Enough to know that something was wrong.
April Newkirk says her daughter went to Northside Hospital for help.
They gave her some medication, but they didn't do any tests. They didn't do any CT scans. If they did, they would have caught it.
The next morning, Adriana's boyfriend noticed something was terribly wrong.
She was gasping for air in her sleep, gargling. More than likely, it was blood. She was taken to Emory, Decatur, and then she was transferred here.
To Emory University Hospital, where Adriana worked as an RN. Unfortunately, there was nothing doctors could do.
They did a CT scan and she had blood clots all in her head. So they had asked me if they could do a procedure to relieve them, and I said yes. And then they called me back and they said that they couldn't do it.
Doctors declared Adriana brain dead.
I feel as if somebody dropped the ball at the hospitals, and her boyfriend asked, please keep her. If she was kept at the hospital, we wouldn't be here.
Because of Georgia's heartbeat bill, which bans abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected, her family says they weren't given any say in what happens next.
It's torture for me. I come here and I see my daughter breathing by the ventilator, but she's not there. And I'm touching her. And she has a son who I bring to see her.
Now, 21 weeks pregnant, her baby's health uncertain.
She's pregnant with my grandson, but my grandson may be blind, may not be able to walk, wheelchair bound. We don't know if he'll live once she has him.
A situation she says no one should be forced into.
It should have been left up to the family because I'm in my 50s, her dad is in his 50s, so we're going to have the responsibility with her partner to raise her sons, you know? And I'm not saying that we would have chose to terminate her pregnancy. What I'm saying is we should have had a choice. We should have had a choice.
All right. So for me, I think this whole situation is sad. Hey, everybody coming in. I think this situation is very, very sad. I really do. I feel like them not having a choice on what to do with her daughter, or with the baby with her daughter, is really concerning and just downright, I don't know, it's nasty to me, right? So let's just read this here really quick, and then y'all let me know what you guys feel in the comments, please. All right. In February, a pregnant woman in Georgia was rushed to a hospital after experiencing intense headaches. There, a CT showed blood clots in Adriana Smith's brain, and the 30-year-old nurse was soon declared brain dead, NBC affiliate WXIA TV reported. 3 months later, her mother says that Smith is being kept alive on ventilators due to the state's strict abortion law. It goes on to say it's torture for me. April Newkirk, told the Atlanta TV station, I come here and I see my daughter breathing by the ventilator, but she's not there. The state's near total abortion ban, called the Life Act, went into effect in 2022 after the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, doing away with the constitutional right in an abortion. Under the Georgia law, abortions in the state are illegal after cardiac activity can be detected, usually around 6 weeks of pregnancy. It goes on to say that at the time of her hospitalization, Smith was 9 months pregnant with her second child. Newkirk says that her daughter is currently 21 weeks pregnant. The family says that the doctors at Emory University Hospital have said that they are not legally allowed to consider any options. It should have been left up to the family, Newkirk said, adding that I'm not saying that that we would have chose to terminate her pregnancy, but I'm saying that we should have had a choice. A spokesperson for the Emory Healthcare told NBC News that the healthcare system uses consensus from clinical experts, medical lecture, and legal guidance to support our providers as they make individualized treatment recommendations in compliance with Georgia's abortion laws and all other applicable laws. What's up, everybody? Coming in, hit that like button for your boy, please. I greatly appreciate it. If you are not subscribed, get subscribed over here. I see you, Omar CC, Purple Queen, Miss Lynn Jones, Sweet P, Nikki P, Mama Bees, Mocha Drop. I see y'all. GG, Miss Leslie. I see y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And happy Saturday. Our top priorities continue to be the safety and the well-being of patients we serve, the spokesperson added. According to the local NBC affiliate, the plan to keep Smith alive until the point that doctors think her baby can survive outside the womb is likely around 32 weeks. That's scary, man. Georgia's abortion law does not include limited expectations, such as in situations involving R word or incest, or to protect the mother's life. But because Smith is brain dead, doctors do not have to take her health into account. That's nasty work. Georgia State Senator Ed Sitzler, a Republican who sponsored the law, told the Associated Press that the hospital was making the right decision. That's what that a Purple Queen. I'm sorry if I didn't speak. Um, so y'all see that Georgia State Senator Ed Sitzler, who is a Republican, who sponsored the law, told the Associated Press that the hospital was making the right decision. Mm, mm, mm. I think it is completely appropriate that the hospital do what they say, do what they can to save the life of the child. He said, "I think that this is unusual. This is an unusual circumstance, but I think it highlights the value of innocent human life. I think the hospital is acting appropriately." He added that the family members have good choices in how they can move forward, such as adoption or keeping the child. But the Smith's mother told the station that the doctors were concerned after discovering fluid on the baby's brain. Y'all, this is sad, man. She's pregnant with my grandson, but my grandson may be blind. He may not be able to walk. We don't know if he'll even live once she has him, Newkirk said. Along with emotional trolls, Smith relatives are dealing with the financial burden of keeping their daughter on life support with weeks to go. With possible viability, the bill will continue to add up, and that is true. The bill gonna continue to add up. Every day that goes by, it costs more trauma, more questions. Wow. Overall, I think that this is a super sad situation, y'all. I really do. And it just really goes to show that, the whole Roe versus Wade situation and women not being able to speak up for their rights or to speak about their own bodies and what they think is best. I do think that ultimately, yes, it is. It is Sweet Pea. I think ultimately we this is send prayers over to her family, because I think that this is heavy to deal with. No matter who you are, no matter who you are, you're a woman. These are the things that we're being faced with now. You know what I mean? So I do think it's a sad situation, and I do pray that the baby is healthy, and I pray that that the family does the best that they can. You know what I mean? Their back is against the wall. Their back is against the wall. So I don't know. I don't know. This story really touched me. It really got me. It really got me. All right, what's going on, everybody? Please make sure you hit that like button. It's a great way to support the platform. It is a great way to support the platform. It looks like we have about 14 people in the chat. I appreciate y'all for being here. What's going on, Terry? I did see a while ago we had about 17 people in the chat. So shout out to 17. We moving on up, honey. It look like we at 17 again. Hey, 17 people. Hit the like button, y'all. This is DonDon Unfiltered. We appreciate you for being here, honey. Make sure you mash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you do all the things. What's up, Omar? All right, so let's go ahead and get into our next topic. All right, so y'all, when I saw this morning, I literally keyed, and when I say I keyed, I keyed. What in the world is they over there thinking? Let's get into this. The Trump administration is in talks about a distributing a reality show idea, and it is very disturbing. Y'all, let's get into this. This is the person that's in the office thinking about creating this type of stuff. Let's get into it. The Department of Homeland Security is in talks with reality TV show producer about a game show in which immigrant contestants would compete for U.S. citizenship. Let me read that one more time. This is what we're spending money on. While groceries are going up, while funding is being cut, while all of these things are happening, we're in talks with the Department of Homeland Security about a reality show with contestants who are immigrants competing for U.S. citizenship. But we cannot make this up. You cannot make this stuff up, y'all. You just cannot. This is what we spending the monies on. While y'all president is out here lying, talking about that gas is going down, talking about groceries is going down, talking about the cost of living is going down. Sir, you're lying. And sir, let's just get into it. The Department of Homeland Security is in talks with reality TV show producer about a game show in which immigrant contestants will compete for U.S. citizenship. What would be a shocking story for for any other White House is a fitting development for an administration fixated on meddling policy with entertainment. According to the Wall Street Journal. So this is being reported by multiple people, not just by one person. Because I saw when someone said it, I think on Instagram, they gave credit to the New York Times, and everybody was like, "Oh, the New York Times. We don't always trust the New York Times." Well, everyone is reporting on it. It's a simple Google search for you, hon. So, according to the Wall Street Journal, television producer Rob Warsoff says that he's been pitching the idea for the show as far back as when the as far back as the Obama administration. But the project didn't come together. See, this is why we would say, Rob, you need to read the room, Rob, you need to read the room. Someone needs to tap you on your shoulder and tell you you need to read the room. Okay? Be just a little bit more serious in this moment right now, right? Rob, I see why it ain't go far at all. This is dumb. This was dumb back then, but see, it's even more stupider now. And we creating words today. Stupider, dumber, whatever you want to call it. This is dumb. But the project didn't come together. Warsoff, who credits include reality show Duck Dynasty, told the Journal that the show is meant to be hopeful and that the contestants would be legal immigrants and that losing will not result into deportation. Are you serious? This is stupid. Okay, so wait a minute. So the Trump administration, because we're going to get how they are included in this, and the Department of Homeland Security are coming together with a television producer who was producing or who pitched this back when Obama was in office, right? And here we are now, knowing of all of the legal remedies or the legal ramifications against deportation, ICE, and all of the things. Now, all of a sudden, we want to now come back with it. And you knew that the new administration would be down for the get down, right? Rob, you not fooling nobody, Rob. You're not fooling nobody, Rob. Talking about it'll be hopeful and that it wouldn't result in deportation. Y'all, I guess it is The Apprentice, the immigration edition. Absolutely. That just sounds so. You cannot make this stuff up. It's unclear how far along the process is, but the journal reports that the DHS spokeswoman Tracia McLaughlin said that she has spoken to the producer of the proposed reality show and that consideration of the idea was ongoing, and Warsoff described the feedback from DHS as positive. According to the journal, Warsoff said that he had no interaction with DHS security, Christy Noam, and isn't aware of whether she has knowledge of the show idea. It goes on to say that the concept, even if famed as optimistic, he's optimistic, is at best tasteless. And at worst, it could be a form. First, wait a minute. Okay, couple things, because we're not gonna skip past this. Couple things. You haven't, so you pitched the show, because this is very important. But the journal reports that the DHS spokeswoman, Tracia McLaughlin, said that he had spoken she had spoken to the producer of the proposed reality television show, and that consideration of the idea was ongoing, and Warsoff described the feedback from DHS as positive. So how the hell? So we just going by Tracy's word here? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. So we don't really know, but we're going based off of his word. I don't think anybody that is at risk for being deported is going to trust doing anything, sitting down doing any type of show with y'all. Do y'all think these people that stupid? Well, I mean, some of them were stupid enough to vote this man in the office, but I'm just saying, do y'all think that the people are going to trap themselves up? Y'all gonna probably have to offer a big amount of money, and they would still be stupid to be offered that. I mean, to be accepting of that offer. That's dumb. Y'all, you cannot make this type of stuff up. I think, Rob, I think you need to go sit down somewhere. I really do. I think you need to go sit down somewhere. That's what I think you need to do. Mm-hmm. Most definitely. I think you need to go sit down somewhere. This is stupid. Y'all, you cannot make this stuff up. This is insane. Lord have mercy. Could y'all hear that stuff in the background? Y'all were gonna say nothing? Oh my God. How long? We spinning. Okay, it just started playing. To trust. Lord have mercy. Okay, yeah, it just started playing. That was crazy. That was crazy. My bad, y'all. Anywho, this is insane. Let's get over into our next topic. All right. All right, so we have talked about the Georgia woman. We talked about this little reality show. Let's go ahead and get into our next topic. We don't have like a long drawn out article for this. However, I do think it needs to be discussed. All right, so this happened, or this was reported as of this morning. The Supreme Court on Friday ruled that the Trump administration must give uh, more time to challenge deportation under the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. The ruling is a significant blow to Trump's efforts to use the 18th century law to send I don't know how to say this man's name. Y'all know it's Spanish. Venezuelans. Him. Who has alleged are gang members to a notorious prison in El Salvador. Y'all know what's going on over there in El Salvador. Meanwhile, the House Budget Committee voted to reject a multi-trillion-dollar focus on his agenda. Now, this is what I find interesting, right? Hold on, let me get this other piece. Hold on one second. Oh, and y'all, please bang that like button over here. It really does help move us up in the algorithm. All right, let's get into it. So the Supreme Court has rejected the Trump administration request to remove a temporary block on deportation of Mr. Venn, is what I'm going to call, under a rarely used 18th century wartime law. All right. Over two dissenting votes, the Justices Act on Emergency Appeal Form lawyer for Venn men, who have been accused of being gang members. All right. Y'all know he always want to accuse somebody of being in a gang. Now, somebody do that on the opposite end, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. I was about to get my bell bottom. So basically it's just saying under the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, the Supreme Court rejected it. Listen, them people that have been wrongfully deported over there to El Salvador, without due process, I just think it's horrible. And we have already said this, we've said it over and over and over and over again. And I just really, I mean, all you do is say it. That's it. Because we keep saying it over and over and over again. The enemy is at 1600 Pennsylvania Street. You better talk about it. It is very sad. And see, it's not being reported by by national news, but even the deportation of Haitians, and y'all, it's getting real out here. It could be anybody, but these people do deserve what the government has put into place as due process. And unfortunately, they're not receiving that. They're going over to the most dangerous prisons in El Salvador, and it's just absolutely insane. And in a minute, they're going to be okay with seeing everyone suffer in this. In the end, they're going to be okay. And when I say they, I'm talking about the Trump administration, Trump. They're going to be okay with, at the end, everyone being destroyed for these particular things. It can easily be one of us. That's right, Mocha Drop. So in sitting on the Congress floor with doctor pictures, shaking my head, and got called out. Yeah, very sickening. All right, so let's get into our next story, our next topic, rather. All right, now this may sound a little silly, but I do still want to get into it because I found it to be very interesting. Let's see, hold on. I don't know why this happened. Okay, here we go. All right, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. So Bruce Springsteen, um, in a European, he's on a European tour, is scheduled to rap in Milan the day before Independence Day or July the 4th. But the rock legend may not be feeling very welcomed at home. All right. So y'all's president was all up in his feelings over there. All up in his feelings. He over there crying me a river. Called Justin Timberlake and tell him to sing in your song and say, cry me a river. Yeah. Cry me a river. Yeah. Crummy river. Sad part about it is y'all president can't ever take the heat. 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 But he do not mind trying to dish it to other people. But when the people give it back to him, he can't take it. So let's get into it, honey. Springsteen has been spiraling with President Donald Trump over the past few days, with Trump's escalating war of words on Friday morning. Something sometimes entertaining and sometimes it's pretty hideous. The mini feud pits two men against each other, and in the least surprising way possible. And while unlikely to move the needle in 2028, the fact that Trump gave in to his boorish impulse and ultimately, oh my God, these ads, ultimately, mostly just a personal gift to the boss. Okay. So let's get into this. I wonder if we can hear it. This is about his documentary. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. I want the actual clip. So y'all, because this article is long. Where is the clip? Hold on 1 second. I'm about to find it. Promise you. I really thought I sent it to myself. Hold on. Y'all, please hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Okay, did I not put it in here? Messages. Oh, I guess I didn't. Okay, hold on. He also came at Taylor Swift as well. Okay, here we go. All right, President Donald Trump returned. Oh my God, y'all with these wanting folks to buy y'all stuff. President Donald Trump returned to the U.S. on Friday after a 4-day Middle East trip filled with red carpets and opulence, all the beautiful things. Opulence, op, opulence. That's how you say it. Only to set his sight and get upset with two music legends, okay, and members of the U.S. Supreme Court in a series of angry social media comments to end the week. In separate Truth social media posts on May the 16th, the president criticized both Bruce and Taylor Swift, who are not only vocal critics, but openly supported his Democratic presidential opponent, Kamala Harris. But later in the day, he slammed the Supreme Court after the majority of the justices blocked the Trump administration effort to use the 1798 wartime law to deport a group of then migrants. Trump criticized the Supreme Court's action, writing on social media, "This is bad and dangerous. This is a bad and dangerous day for America." The aggravated president added that the ruling will encourage other criminals to enter into the country, causing great harm to our cherished American public. Boy, this man is insane. Trump's rant didn't start didn't start there. Earlier, he fired back at Springsteen after the 75-year-old rock star went after the administrator on May the 14th. In my home, the America I love, the America I've written about I've written about that has been a beacon of hope and liberty for 250 years is currently in the hands of a corrupt, incompetent, and treacherous administration. I know that's right. You better speak about it. Springsteen told the British crowd, according to videos shared online. Tonight, we ask all who believe in the democracy and the best of our American spirit to rise with us, raise your voices against um, the president, and let's get this place back to the land of hopes and dreams, is what he said. Child, and then here go the man over there, sour puss, talking about he's irrelevant. He is not doing anything, and he has a problem, honey. He also said that I hate Taylor Swift. Yeah, he said he hates her. Following, that was in September when she endorsed Harris in the 2024 presidential election. He had a problem with it. He hates her. He hates her. Don't hate. Don't hate, sir. Don't hate. Don't hate. Oh, he's so sourpuss. He's so worried about. What is you worried about him for? What are you worried about these people for that sit up and notice something, right? Y'all notice he really go hard at the white people who don't support him. He don't really go too hard for the black people that support him. And I know we have a lot. Speaking of the black people who support him, y'all know Nelly is coming out with the TV show with his is they fiancés or whatever, boyfriend, girlfriend, baby mama, baby daddy, whatever, with Ashanti over there. He had the nerve to go and they have a reality show. Guess what? Won't be tuning in. I won't be supporting. And also, while we're at it, this week we're going to talk about Snoop Dogg making an appearance over there on the Breakfast Club, and he's doing this whole press tour, sitting up talking about how um how he don't feel no ways tied about DJing down to the president thing, whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. Was it the ball? I can't remember what it was. But he had the nerve to come down here and speak on it. And he pretty much told y'all to go F yourself because he don't care. It's almost what he said. You know, it's no reason. Let me just say this. All you rich billionaires and millionaires and things like that, you don't have to worry about the things that everybody else has to worry about. See, that's the problem. You don't have to worry about the people who actually really support you and buy your music. Let's be clear. Because that's what the everyday average Joe person is doing, right? They're supporting you by buying your music. You're rich. You don't really need us to buy your music, truth be told. Not in 2025, you don't. So guess what? It doesn't hurt you to lose supporters, because in true fashion you can't be canceled in the sense of where people just really cancel you. So in all actuality, Snoop Dogg got a benefit going around talking about what he's talking about and then doubling down on it. It's a benefit for him. I mean, these people are straight clowns, stupid, dumb. And I just, I can't. I can't. I just can't. I tried and I can't. I tried and I realized that I can't. Okay, child. All right, let's move on, honey. Shout out to everybody for being here. Your boy has been busy today, or gonna be busy today. And I appreciate y'all for being here. All right, so let's get into our next topic, which I think is pretty close to our last one. Let's see. Baby, let's talk about the largest plantation home mansion in the South. Built in 1859 with 165 rooms. Burns down to the ground. The largest Civil War mansion in all of American South burned to the ground as a devastating fire ripped through the historic wooden structure built nearly 200 years ago. Flames broke out at Newton Way Plantation in White Castle, Louisiana, just after 2 p.m. on Thursday, drawing engines from 10 local fire departments who were helpless to support the fire from burning up the full 53,000 square feet of iconic building. Y'all we're glad. I say burn it down. Burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. And let me tell you something. I like our black people. Why I like our black people? Because we was out there taking selfies in the burning home. We wasn't worried about nothing. We wasn't worried about getting all of that smoke in our lungs and stuff like that. You want to know why? Because our ancestors fought for this moment. They sat back there and they sat there and they were excited about what took place. So we sat over here with our phones, okay, and we took 4K video, all right, with a burning home in the background saying, burn, baby, burn. Baby, burn, baby, burn. If y'all can't tell, this excites me. Officials report no injuries. Though no injuries, though one of Louisiana fire marshals said that it was the biggest fire they seen in their entire career. I love it. I love it. Y'all should just let it burn. Don't put a drip of water on it. And take the ashes with you. Local politicians in the states, Iberville Parish, the under-recoverable loss. Okay, so they're saying unrecoverable. It cannot be recovered. Good. It doesn't need to be recovered. You want to know why? Our ancestors built it, and we ain't fit to get out there and build nothing. Huh? We ain't fit to get out there and build nothing. So let it burn up. Let it be unrecoverable. But anyway, they're saying it was a beacon of difficult chapter in American history. Nottoway was not only the largest remaining mansion in the South, but also a symbol of both the grandeur and deep complexities of our region's past. Okay, that's what you get. Burn them down. Okay. Nottoway was a sugar plantation operated and constructed by a slave laborer on behalf of John Hamden Rudolph in 1859 for roughly $80,000, equivalent to roughly $3 million in 2025. The home has become a museum. Well, guess what? The ashes are going to be there for the people to stand and look. Huh? And I want to say this. I don't want to see no remaining walls, structures, nothing. I want y'all to come bulldoze that bitch down. Okay? That's why I say take the ashes with you. That's just how I feel, y'all. The home became a museum in the 1980s, opening its grand doors, 165 rooms and an acre plus of floor space to visitors from around the world to engage in the challenging history embedded in these floorboards. Child. It stood as both a cautionary monument and a testament to the importance of preserving history, even the painful parts. guess what? We glad. We glad. Our ancestors, this is a victory for us. That's the way we feel about it. That's the way we feel about it. That's the way we feel about it, honey. That's the way we feel about it. I love it. I love every bit of it. Okay, I love every bit of it. All right, so let's get into our last topic, and then we are going to make our way up out of here. All right, so I want to show you guys something. I really want to show you it's so crazy how people respond to your YouTube videos, to different things. It's very interesting to me how people respond, right? And so I had done a couple of videos, one on Don Lemon leaving or not leaving, but exposing CNN. So I want you guys to take a look at this. Surprisingly, this video has gotten 6.5K views over on this particular channel. But I wanted to get into this because I found this to be really interesting on the response.
Anybody.
And so I want you guys to listen to what Don Lemon says. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit because I know you guys probably already heard it. But we're going to get into some of the comments afterwards. So let's go really quick.
Anymore about anything. Once you've lost a sibling or two siblings, I don't care. So if you don't fuck with me, don't lie on me, don't talk shit about me, because I will come for you. I don't care anymore. So all of that shit that happened to me at CNN that I didn't want to talk about, that legally I'm not supposed to talk about, I don't care. Fuck you. CNN over the last couple of years made my life hell. They were the ones who were sending stuff to the press about me. People who worked with me, were closest with me, the same people who I'd really helped to facilitate their careers at CNN were spreading lies about me because they wanted to take my place. And it has been awful. I've never been treated like that at any point. And my sister would always tell me, you weren't supposed to be there. Wait till you see what happens. So yeah, fuck CNN. I don't really care. I love some of the people who are there, but I had never been so horribly treated by anyone in my life as what they did to me on the way out.
All right. So with that being said, interestingly enough, there were a lot of people in the comments saying a lot of weird things. Okay. Let's just take it. And I mean, some people left great messages, with Don or for Don. And then some people were just doing the most. But there's one particular comment I want to get to if that person hasn't deleted their comments. This one right here. This sounds like AI. What I find funny is the stuff that y'all should think is AI, y'all don't think is AI. Or the things that should. This is definitely Don Lemon saying it. And you can go to his page and actually see him saying this in real time on his page. I believe it was last Wednesday, not this past Wednesday, but the Wednesday before, when he announced that he had lost his sister. So it didn't need to be all of that. You know what I'm saying? So that was one thing, and I just kind of wanted to bring this up because surprisingly, again, I wasn't expecting this many views on this video. Which has also caused the channel to grow. Also on this particular channel, I uploaded a video about the Frontier agent. Now here is where I didn't drop any context and I just dropped the video. Now this short specifically has gotten 3.9K views on it, right?
You ain't gonna.
Now, some of these comments are extremely racist. And I haven't really went through and deleted them because I don't have my notifications turned on for these comments for a reason. Because I kind of knew what people were going to do. These are black flight agents that are working the front counter. A man showed up 30 minutes before his flight. They did say in order to use an agent, he would have to pay $25. In this video, he's saying that he didn't mind paying the $25. I also said in the video that I actually did that I feel like they were absolutely wrong. And I made mention of the roles being reversed. And what I meant by the roles being reversed is for us. I wasn't talking to you white people that don't understand. What I was doing was I was talking to my good brothers and sisters. And what I meant by that was, had it been the roles were reversed, specifically speaking on the roles being reversed, and I don't think we have to be dumb to understand what I'm saying here. It would be a different type of story on our end. We would want a different type of outcome. All right. And let's just be honest. If a white person was standing there doing what they were doing, we would want the same thing for the white person that we should want for black people standing there doing it. That's what I was talking about. We're not dumb. We're not slow. Like at all. So that's what I was really irritated about. Okay. That's what I was really irritated about. Now, again, some of these are racist. You can tell it's coming from some miserable white people who want to come over here. Listen, I put it out there, so look, typical. It's racist to me. You're not saying a lot, but you're saying enough. Let's see. There's a couple that I have seen. So yeah, it's a lot, but I have to realize that with this page, I'm gonna get a lot of that, and it is a-okay for me. It's a-okay for me. Just as long as you ain't cussing me out and calling me nothing, then we ain't got nothing to worry about. I don't really care how you feel about these women here. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because I felt like a lot of people were, just doing a lot. Okay. Anywho, anyhow, if you guys are interested in hot topics and things happening in the reality TV space and extra, we are going to be headed over to the main channel in about 10 minutes, where we will continue to speak over there about, again, hot topics and some more things. I guarantee you guys ain't going to want to miss me talking about Sunday Carter saying that she's going to pull up on Shawnee O'Neal. Okay? Anywho, anyhow, anyway, with that being said, I appreciate you guys for being here. We will see you on Tuesday. Again, I'm going to have to figure out how we're going to do this, because y'all know that the Diddy trial and stuff is going on. So I'm going to have to figure out how we're going to do it, but we're definitely going to do it. We may just have to move it to either early Tuesday morning or late Tuesday evening. I'll figure it out one way or the other. I'll make sure I get you guys a show. With that being said, honey, I hope you guys have a magnificent day. Bye-bye for now.